Hello, Internet. I am UD Reviews, and I'm here to talk about Succession. I have my video player up. We're going to go through it a little bit, scene by scene, from the perspective of somebody who is a newbie to Succession and low key confused. I have tried to get into Succession for a while, and at first I didn't. I was bored and confused. I kept hearing about Succession. Oh, watch Succession, watch Succession. So before this new season, I did watch all of Succession. It's a fabulous show. It's an award-winning worthy show. It's a masterpiece, but it was the kind of masterpiece that I played in the background. Don't come for me. It was the kind of masterpiece I played in the background while I'm doing work because I never understand what's actually going on. Okay, let's be real. And the juice in the tea was never really that juicy until this season. This season makes it all worth it. This season, the juice truly comes out. Before this season, it felt like by the end of the episode, I got a little bit of juice. And I'm always confused about what's going on. I don't understand at all what's happening until the end of the episode. And then I'm like, oh, well, that's juicy. That's some tea. This season, you're getting juice after juice after juice throughout the episode if you're paying attention. Okay, and this really caught my eye. Now, I usually don't come out with shows, right? I started this channel to talk about Better Call Saul because I am addicted to Breaking Bad still. I can't it's been a decade. It's been a decade since Breaking Bad and I'm still in its chill. So, of course, I watch Better Call Saul because what is a Breaking Baddie to do? And I came out. This is what I notice about me. I just come out whenever I feel like there's a voice missing. When I feel there's a voice missing from the YouTube side of the fandom. Okay, and I feel like there's details missed. There's things that should be appreciated, but it's not being appreciated because somebody like me is not coming out to talk about it. And here I am with Succession. I really thought there would have been more content on Succession. And if you are subscribed to me because of the video I made about Swarm, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like you're getting the pattern of UD reviews. I see a lack of appreciation for good media. Therefore, I must come out. I'm a small channel. I'm not gonna influence the fandom. But I can't rest until I know I at least put my 2 cents out there. And I know there are people who are like me, who enjoy the show Succession, but you just don't fully understand what's going on. And you want to kind of spill tea with somebody who isn't over intellectual and knows every little thing about it. But we can still appreciate the details and the nuances for what they are, because they are juicy. This is the last episode before the series finale. So I would love if we watch this together and leave comments along the way. Look, if you're the kind of person that it's a 30-minute video and you're leaving comments every 5 minutes, that's cool with me, baby, because I want to kind of predict what's going to happen in the end, and I don't know, but I think this is a good episode to kind of think through stuff, and those of you who paid better attention to previous seasons than I did, please speak up your 2 cents in the comments because I read every single one. I do. Okay. Oh, hopefully we will not get a copyright strike. But this scene that we're on here, first of all, let me talk about this intro. The intro, the little... I want to hear an opera singer accompany this music. Don't you? I start doing it every time I hear this intro because it would be so pretty. is such a pretty song, even though it's dissonant. Look, I'm not a music theory major, okay? But you know what I mean. Like, you know what I mean? Okay. Next scene. We have Shiv, she's looking upset because, and y'all, look, I can't play the show. I learned my lesson with Better Call Saul and AMC. AMC Plus is not playing around, even though AMC is probably, not probably, it is, objectively, the worst streaming platform we have today. They still don't play around with you using the footage on YouTube. So I can only assume HBO Max is the same way. So Shiv does not want this dude for president. To me, this dude is like Ron DeSantis or worse. If you're comparing this Menkeys, as I say, Menke, if you're comparing him to Trump, he's not Trump. He's not Trump. He is, I'm assuming, somebody that's even worse than Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis. Okay? And Shiv, it is in her best interest that Menkeys not actually be president, but also, like, she's not, I don't want to start the pot so early in my video. Let me just say that her position in society based on her gender and category, it allows her to see and give a damn about things that her brothers don't. So she's able to have a level of empathy for others who aren't in her category. She's able to have a level of empathy for them because she can comprehend it from the gender aspect. If you understood what I said, you got it. It was for you. If you don't understand what I said, it's okay. Let's just move on. So I feel her on this. And she's preggo too. Now, this is our baby boy. I'm sorry. I was starting to respect Roman. I was starting to see him as a player, as a baller, as literally a shot caller. And by the end of this episode, he has demoted back to baby boy status. He is baby boy status. Forever. He's baby boy. Somebody said he baby girl. He is baby boy, baby girl status forever. But what I found interesting was he's just listening to the chaos on the TV. Oh, there's riots, there's protests. These riots and protests are directly because of his decision. And he's just all high and mighty like, yep, I'm going to talk at my father's funeral and I'm going to win the day. My sister's going to be sad and my brother's going to be crying and I'm going to be the star. He's really doing this thing. And I need a psychologist. I need to put a reminder. There's this guy named What's Therapy. He needs to watch this show and do like a psychoanalysis on these characters. I love psychoanalyzing these characters. And I need somebody who's like a grief counselor, a specialized person in grief to analyze this because he has been in denial since the beginning. Ever since Dad Logan, ever since he passed, he's been in denial. He was the one who's like, we don't know he's gone. How do we know? How do we know he's actually gone? Like the EMT people aren't there yet. Like, how do we actually know? Like, he's not actually gone yet. He has been in this emotional denial. And he's still in this denial.
Chicago Daily, 81, launches a flash over 7 continents into newspapers that he started. Now,
yeah, I can only play a few seconds or HBO gonna get me. They're gonna get me, okay? They're gonna get me. They're gonna... Did y'all's moms ever whoop your feet? Like, spank your at the sole of your feet. They're gonna catch me by my heels. HBO Max. Excuse me. Excuse me. That is a dead name. They are now Max, or soon to be Max. When is that? It's this month. They're gonna turn into Max. No more HBO Max. It's gonna be Max. Okay. So he's feeling good about himself, and at this point, I'm really thinking, is Roman gonna really take it all? Roman has been dominating lately. He really has. He has been calling the shots lately. Is he going to be the one? Because we never would have thought. It's just so funny how the tables have turned. We never would have thought. He has been maturing and growing quite a lot over the span of the season. Could he be the one? No. Now, Kendall really irked me here. So, in the last episode, he was concerned for his children, that people have been harassing his children because of what's going on with ATN. And now, most certainly, it's not safe for the children. But he doesn't care about that. He wants his kids to be at the funeral. Oh, am I talking? Yeah, he wants the kids at the funeral. The wife, is that his wife or ex-wife? Child, I don't know. But the mom is saying it's not safe. I'm making this decision. And so, Shiv, is this when she?
I still don't see it. He's out of tune with some deep sentiments in this.
So, it's very interesting how she says he's out of tune with some deep sentiments in this country, right? We know what that means. If you don't know what that means, look, I will never waste my time trying to educate anonymous people about what the deep sentiments. What word did she say?
In this country.
Because this is real, right? That he's blocking the deal over regulatory.
Well, I still don't see it. He's out of tune with some deep sentiments in this.
Okay, sentiments. Sorry, I just have to make sure I'm saying the right word. I will never try to explain to an anonymous person online about what these sentiments are, because these people, they are always neo-Yazis in disguise. They are neo-Yazis in disguise. They just want to waste your time. They derive joy out of making a marginalized person expend energy and emotional labor on them just for them to not care, not listen, and just waste your time. They derive joy from it. And if you derive joy from that, then you're and I promise you, in 5 years, when you look back on your behavior, you'll be like, oh yeah, I kind of was. I was kind of into that stuff. A little bit too much Fortran. I promise you, in a few years, you'll look back, okay? For some people, it takes them 15 years. Child, there's some people who still can't believe that the schools are no longer separate but equal, So, it might take you 50. The lady who called on that boy, Emmett Till, who knows when she came to? Or did she pass away still not getting it? Who knows? All I know is, if you're confused, stay confused. But the rest of us sane people, we know what she's saying. And I find it interesting that she always she always says it in a very intellectual kind of euphemism, soft way. This is what I'm saying. And those of you who don't like to talk about gender, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Like, it's very annoying on the internet. I'm sorry. I just have to say, it is what it is. how you appear affects the kind of reality you're living. Okay. And if you're European, it goes for you too. I notice a lot of Europeans like to pretend like they're all egalitarian in all ways and all manners. So no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. You tell yourself that to feel superior to Americans because there's this rivalry that people need to get over. Y'all exactly the same. But she knows as a woman, even though she's part of this category, the palm colored category, she understands that she as a woman can see things and understand things and empathize with things in a way that her male counterparts most likely cannot, will not. Okay, there's a few who do, there's a few who sit down, think about it, and do. And by all accounts, the men that she's dealing with do not. Okay. Matson proved he don't with that tweet. Okay, so it's very interesting, like how something matters so much to her, like in her inner moral compass, and she can't fully express that meaning. And even if she does, because in the last episode, right, she was on the verge of tears about it. Even when she does express it, it's not taken seriously. Because they don't get it, because they have a different reality of experience that there's nothing in their experience that would lead them to need to get it. You know what I mean? Like, maybe if Kendall had a brown tone baby mama, but he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? You get my drift. So I just find that to be an interesting nuance. I really love the very nuanced way that we see Shiv try to dance around her gender and the things that she sees and experiences because of her gender.
This country.
Yeah, well, you've been a democracy for like 50 years, so.
What?
Bro, that's crazy. Because I'm like, low key, he said you've been a democracy for 50 years. If you don't understand what that means, he's talking about when did women and non-palm colored people have the right to vote? Hold on. When did everybody in the United States get the right to vote? I don't remember. But it's not just the right to vote, it's also like literally being able to vote, like literally having access to the voting polls to vote, which we know, like, even in the 1950s, even in the 1960s, they were like turning certain people away. So they, maybe constitutionally they have the right to vote, but in reality, they're not voting, and they had to fight that. You know, they had to take that to court to ensure that y'all don't play games with us. So I get what he's saying, and I really love that line. I need to know the writer who wrote that. Like, I like you. I really love that line. Like, I really do.
No, I mean, well, okay.
So anyway, he's basically saying, who cares about American politics? Y'all don't even know what you're doing. Y'all are not serious about this thing called democracy. So do y'all even care that you have a fascist in office potentially? You know, that's a little bit too real for me right now. So here we go with Kendall fighting the baby mama. And he is so upset that he's not getting his way. He's not thinking about what's in the kid's best interest. He's only thinking about himself. This is the thing about Kendall. Like, Kendall reminds me so much of dudes that a lot of girls date. Like, they are so hurt. They're so hurt because they're not thinking of they're only thinking of themselves. They're not thinking about how things are affecting other people. And he says that he wants to get full custody of the kids. And I'm like, seriously? These kids that you never see? These children that you literally never talk to or see, you want full custody? This is a power move. And this is exactly what your father did. Kendall, you want to become your father. You said you would never be like your father. You want to become your father, and we will see. We'll see. We'll see at the eulogy when the moment it solidifies in his mind that actually I do want to be my father, actually I should be like my father. This is insane to me. You were so hurt by your father and you felt the effects of it. You felt how every decision in your life is, what would my dad do? What would my dad think? And how it controlled your life, and you lost yourself and you don't have a sense of self. But now you're in a new position. He's no longer there. He's no longer there for you to see the validation. So it's even worse. To get no feedback is worse than the disappointed look on his face. And you've cemented that the only way to truly feel like you did your dad proud is to just go ahead and become like him. You tried all your life to be yourself, to figure out who you are, and have him be satisfied with it, and he never was. And it hurt you so bad. And now you're like, you know what? Maybe that's just what it needs to be. And I feel so sorry for his kids. Is that what you want? You want your kids to grow up and hate you too? He doesn't think about that. He's only thinking about, I don't know, is that ego?
They do.
So here's Tom. I'm actually proud of Tom. Look, Tom is, conniving. But it's so interesting to see the position that he has risen to. Like you did that. Like you came, you saw, you conquered, Tom. And isn't that the point in this capitalistic world? I mean, that's what it's for, right? So good job. It's just funny that this is a very American Psycho moment for me. Like
Of Darwin.
he's upset that his picture is there really small. And it's just reminding me of that scene in American Psycho where they're comparing their business cards. Oh my goodness. It's so interesting. Also, this guy Darwin, he plays the dude from Brain Matter in Breaking Bad. Let me show you. What's it called? Brain Matter? Breaking Bad. Okay, look at him. AMC finna get me for this one too, so we gonna just look at the picture. You see him? That's Darwin. So this actor, whatever his name is, he gets to say he was in 2 monumental shows in TV history. That's a flex. What's her name? Elliot, Breaking Bad actor. Adam Godley. Adam Godley, you got the flex of a lifetime. You got the flex of a lifetime. Adam Godley, you got the flex of a lifetime. Where is it? Succession, where's the Breaking Bad? You have the flex of a lifetime, sir. I hope I get to meet you one day. I really do. Let's continue.
But think of this.
Greg. Oh, it's Greg. So Thomas hard at work. I really liked this seating arrangements, so to speak. Let me move you. Let me move you here. I like this seating arrangement because it shows how, you can't see my mouse, but Roman and Shiv are diametrically opposed. Completely different philosophies, right? He wants to call it, she didn't want to call it. He wants the Republican, she wants the Democrat. And Kendall is in his own little world back there. He doesn't care. Kendall doesn't care about any of this. He just wants to do the right thing. But what's the right thing? You know, and when his sister said you're a good guy, and then he found out the sister lied, did he throw that out the window? Did he say, screw being a good guy? Doesn't matter anymore? Kendall's working out his own stuff there. So I really like this scene, and the writing in this scene was funny as well. She lets him know she's pregnant. Sorry, this is going to take forever if we're just clicking through. Okay, so this girl. This scene really made me think, this scene is exactly how Kendall would react. Imagine y'all are like dating in college and you break up with him. This is how Kendall will react. So, this girl is very nervous. She, you know, in the last episode you saw she was incredibly nervous about the decision to call it. And she tells him...
Tuesday?
Oh, so before this... No. Let's just keep going. So she tells him that she wants to quit. And he gets upset.
Okay, sure. What about your situation?
Ken, this is a big day. I don't want to do this today.
So he's really mad. He's really like... You're quitting because you think you're too good for this. You don't see my vision. You don't believe in me. You don't see where I'm going to go. And he takes it really personal. And I've known men like this. Like I've known men like this in business too. And it really does hurt their ego. It really does. When you insinuate in any way that they're not top dog. And Kendall wants to be top dog. Now, Kendall has always wanted to be top dog because he wanted to impress his father. Is it really an innate urge in him? He's still being emotionally controlled by his father. And I want to show this cute little detail here that I liked. Before this, the siblings get out of the car. Kendall puts his sunglasses on, and Roman's making fun of him, like, haha, yeah, hide your emotion.
You're being
so
dumb.
Here,
everybody's being fucking dumb.
Okay, sorry you feel that way, Kendall.
The way she's like, sorry you feel that way. I'm just like, oh my God, it sounds like a breakup. Like, is that not what you say? Ladies, like when the guy's just like being belligerent, and it's like, okay. And he puts on the glasses. So it really hurt his feelings. Like it really, really hurt his feelings because he needs to hide his emotion. All right, so here we go. I don't know how, is this guy's name Hugo? Let's just call him Hugo. I really have no idea how Hugo found out about Shiv trying to gun for the CEO. So if you don't understand, the reason why they want the Republican president is because he's going to block the ability for foreign entities to purchase U.S. companies, which would kill this deal with Matson. However, if the company will remain in United States control with an American and keep American jobs, You know what I'm saying? So it's once again, my sister is still trying to undermine me. That brick and trust. Again, Connor is locked out. I think even earlier in this episode, when Roman was practicing his speech, Roman said that Logan had 3 children. And it's like, dude, he had 4 kids. Like y'all really, like when Connor said nobody loves me and I'm okay with that, he was not wrong. As sad that sounds so sad. No, I want to be like, no, Connor, you deserve love. But honestly, it's true. Like he is constantly left out of the conversation. And here they are telling him that he cannot go speak at his father's funeral. That I don't like that. Oh, goodness. We have a lot to go through, y'all. There's still so much more to go through, and it is 1 a.m. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to pause, and we'll see if people even care about what I think. Do you even care about this? Are you enjoying this? If you are, like and give a comment so I know. We're going to see if HBO Max blocks me from posting this video. Because I'll be very upset if we go until like 2, 3 a.m. or whatever, and then my video is blocked. So let's just test it out. Let's just see if anybody even cares about hearing me talk about this show. And if you do, and we don't get blocked, I will continue this analysis from the perspective of somebody who is persistently confused by this show. And I think I finally have figured it out, and it is quite juicy. All right. I will make sure my hair is not in my face again. So thanks for watching. I'm going to go to bed, and until next time, fingers crossed. Bye. Bye.